Okay, so in this session we're going to talk about campaign goals in Google Ads. When you're first creating a new campaign, you'll notice that it is the very first thing that pops up in your campaign creation. It's got these recommendations where Google's trying to get you to follow a certain path with regards to setup, but in order to do that it needs to understand what your objectives of your site are. So there's a lot of different options that you could have for a site. Some sites like to sell merchandise. Some people want to just get forms filled out. Blogs might just want to get website traffic. You might want to have some brand awareness, and so on and so on. So Google's trying to guide you in the right direction, because as you choose these goal objectives, later on in your campaign setup and account creation, it's going to try to help you achieve those goals that you choose here by giving you recommendations. So we're going to go through all of these one at a time, and we're going to show you which ones belong to which network and try help you to understand which one to use or which one to pick. So I'm going to go down on the help file here, and I'm going to provide you this link in the video below. So we're going to start with the search campaign. With the search campaign, you can see that there are sales objectives. So if your objective is sales, you're trying to get actual purchases or app downloads, or even remarketing list engagement that turns into a sale, this is the option that you would choose. So we're going to go to the first option. We're going to choose sales. We're going to go down to search, sales on the search network. We're going to put in our website address. I'll use my own website here and continue. So Google will then start with the campaign creation, but what we're going to focus on, because what changes within this account is what sort of bidding Google sets as a default to try guide you in the right direction. So because this campaign's brand new and conversions are not set up, you can see that the very first bidding that Google's going to try and use is a maximize clicks bidding model. Here you can see it's trying to get as many clicks as possible. The reason that it's doing that is because conversions not set up. It can't get you as many conversions as possible yet because it doesn't know what a conversion is, doesn't have any history. If you jump to an account that has history and you try the same process, sales for search, and put in a web address and continue, this account does have conversions set up. So now when I go down, it doesn't ask for a clicks model, but it asks for a conversion model, and maximize conversions is the option that it's going to try and push. So Google will always try to push some sort of leads or sales before it does try to push clicks, which you can see here. Okay, so that's the first model that we have. I'm going to cancel here and go back to the front, and we're going to go down to the next one. So another search campaign goal that could be the goal of your company is to get people to fill in your form, and that's called a lead. So it's the goal of getting a lead or engagement with somebody so that they might actually purchase at a later time, not necessarily on the spot like the sales one. So we're going to go to this leads one. We can see what it triggers. So new campaign, and this time we're going to choose leads for search. I'm going to put in our website again. Going to go all the way down, and again maximize clicks. The objectives are very, very similar here. The only difference is that this conversion is going to try to get you form fill outs, and the other conversion that we saw previously will try and get you actual purchases. And again, because we don't have conversions set up in this account, it asks for maximize clicks. If conversions are set up in the account, it will ask for maximize conversions. I'm going to cancel here, and we're going to go on to the next objective. The next search campaign goal objective is website traffic. Very good for blogs or trying to get potential users to do something on your site where they've never engaged with you previously. So I'm going to create a new campaign. This is very repetitive, so hopefully it will sink in. And we're going to choose the website traffic one for search this time. I'm going to put in our web address and push continue. Very similar as before. Again, maximize clicks is the option that it's going to try and get for you, and that will be a maximize conversions if conversions are set up for this account. So it's getting you as much relevant traffic as possible. Let's cancel here. So those are all your search campaign objectives or goals, and now we're going to move on to your display goals. The display goals have quite all the same that the search has, but then it's got some extras. So we're going to go to the sales display, and we're going to try that one. New campaign, sales, but this time instead of search we're going to choose display. And you can see now it's got standard display campaigns as well as Gmail campaigns. So sales through display, you get a Gmail option. So if you still want to do Gmail ads, then you have the option to do those Gmail ads here. You put in your website, you push continue. Okay. And this time it'll try to get you high quality traffic on a CPC model enhanced. So enhanced CPC model, you only pay for a click, but it's going to get you the best quality traffic that it can possibly get you without knowing what your conversions are. This is a little bit different when you go to an account with conversions. So if I cancel this one here and I go to this account and we do the same thing, okay, trying to get your leads on the display network, sales on the display network. Because this account now has history, there's a smart display option which is put in there. Okay, you have to qualify for smart display, so it's not there by default for a new account, and it's not in every account. Because it's used optimization to get you that bidding, if you don't have conversions set up, it can't target. So you can click continue. Okay. This time you can see that it says conversions with a CPC enhanced model. The other option that you had here was high quality traffic with a CPC model. So they're still using CPC bidding, but this one doesn't know what your conversions are, so high quality traffic is the best it can do. In this account we have conversions set up, so it's going to still use the CPC model, but it's going to try to get you as many conversions as possible. Okay, so we're going to cancel this and go on to the next model. So the leads one, we don't have to go through it now, but instead of getting actual purchases, this one will try to get you as many lead fill outs, so very similar to the display sales. And then you got display web traffic, which gets you as many conversions again if conversions are set up, or as many clicks as possible if conversions are not set up. So we're going to move on to the next unique one under display, and that's product and brand consideration. New campaign, product and brand consideration, only available on the video and display network. And I'm going to put this in. When it says brand consideration, this is actually an engagement ad. So you can see here it's asked you about it. So it says a standard display campaign for your stated goal will serve engagement ads only. They also used to be known as lightbox ads. You guys remember the lightbox ads? Well, they just changed the name and they are still available. So I'm going to say continue. And now when I go down to the bidding, you're going to notice for the first time that Google doesn't allow you to change your bidding model. It's on a CPE model, which is a cost per engagement, as it says here. So you don't get to change this. It's going to try to get you as much interaction on that lightbox ad as possible. So if you still want to monitor your users and see how they're engaging with your ad, which is quite a nice metric because you know that something's actually happening and it's not just a viewable impression, then you can do that with regards to this type of ad format. Okay, we're going to leave there and we're going to go to the next goal objective. This is a very popular one, brand awareness and reach. A lot of people say that display is all about reach in a lot of cases, and this will do exactly that. It will get you as much awareness for a product or service as possible. So we're going to show you what that one is. New campaign, brand awareness and reach for the display network. Put in your address, and now when we go down, you can see now the CPC model has changed. It becomes a CPM, cost per thousand. M does not mean million. It's a viewable impression, so you only pay when somebody scrolls down to that banner on the page that you're trying to advertise. If the banner is beyond the scroll, Google doesn't charge you for that impression because it needs to be viewable at the time. So this is a viewable impression model, and you only pay for every 1,000 viewable impressions that you get according to whatever bid that you set up. It has a nice reach, 3.5 billion in this case, so also quite a nice model if you just want to get as much brand awareness as possible. Okay, so that ends all of our display campaigns, and then if you have shopping set up, you have some very similar goal objectives that you do on search, and so that could be goal objective of getting actual purchases, or getting leads that might lead to a purchase, or just getting as much valuable website traffic as possible. Then of course you've also got video campaigns which act very similar to display campaign goal objectives. So here you can see video campaigns has got sales, which can get you purchases, leads, which get you people to engage or fill in your forms, website traffic gets you as much potential customers to your site as possible, product and brand consideration. This is now engagement with your video ads, so it's quite a nice model to have. It uses interests in your brand, it uses brand reach, brand uplift surveys, etc., etc. And then you got brand awareness and reach together, which goes as far and wide as possible. So it's one of the bigger networks that you can get in the video network. So these are all your goal objectives here for video. I will again share this link at the bottom of the video so you can go take a look at these in your own time. So that basically covers the session today with regards to all of these goals, yeah, hopefully the only way to tell which one of these is right for you is to actually try them. So later on in our video sessions, we'll show you how to test one version versus another version of these bidding types and goal objectives. Just remember that these goal objectives do not change. It's just a recommendation. Google gives you a recommendation on how to bid, but you can override these bidding recommendations with regards to these goal objectives. And that ends our session today. Thanks.